Hi, welcome to the Problems Facing Small Towns. I'm Victoria Freeman.
I'm Josh.
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
So the towns we are presenting are Greenwich, Ohio, Hill City, Kansas, and Wellington, Ohio.
Oh, Hill City, Kansas is a small city located in Graham County. Graham County is also the newest county installed into Kansas. It has a population of 1,399 people, and that was from a 2022 study. It's most notable for its auto and art museum, and it has a rural urban continuum code of 7.
So Greenwich, Ohio is
Sorry. There we go.
Greenwich, Ohio is a village located in southern Huron County, Ohio. It has a population of 1,389 people as of 2022. It's known to be a great place to live and work with a strong sense of community, and it's especially known for its campgrounds and parks and just recreational activities. It gets its name from Greenwich, Connecticut, where most of the original inhabitants resided, and it has a rural urban continuum code of 7.
All right, and we have the third town, Wellington, Ohio. It's a small village located in Lorain County. As a year of 2022, it has a population of 4,841. It's well known for agricultural and local business. It is actually famous for hosting Lorain County Fair. So if any one of you go to Lorain County Fair, that's the town you guys went to. And they have a rural urban continuum code of 7. And we're moving on to the 3 issues we have.
So the first issue that many rural towns face is depopulation, which is just a lot of people leaving the towns at once, usually migrating to urban cities. And the 3 main reasons for this are lack of education. So there's a lack of primary education and secondary education because there's always a lack of funds and there's not enough resources for students. So many students end up leaving to go to higher education farther away from rural towns, which greatly decreases the population of the town. There's a lack of opportunities for youth because without education and a lot of rural areas rely on manufacturing and agriculture, and there's been a significant decline in that. That's making it to where those opportunities, specifically in education and career development, are not available to the younger population. So the lack of jobs in declining fields makes it harder. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, since the 19th century, various forces, declining employment in agricultural and extractive industries, the globalization of manufacturing, and economic growth in urban areas have led many people to leave rural communities for cities and suburbs. And the Center for Global Development states that the vast majority of out-of-school children live in rural areas. Children that are enrolled in school are less likely to finish primary or attend secondary school, score worse on tests, and often have lower incomes and worse life outcomes.
The next problem we're going to look at is the lack of jobs in rural America. A big part of this is due to the aging population. A lot of the people in rural towns are either old or are moving back to rural towns after they've lived most of their life, increasing the median age. Um, there's also an increased access of technology for the young, which then encourages them to leave because they can find different access points to leave, either accessing like cities or jobs that are outside the rural town that may pay more, and also with that, it's leaving less people to start families in rural towns due to everyone leaving. There's not many families getting started, therefore lowering the population of the young. They found a significant but non-linear relationship between county median age and the total number of service-providing establishments in counts for specific types of services. This kind of plays into the fact that there is no one to do these service jobs. With aging populations, these service jobs are just going down more and more. There's always going to be like the certain jobs that were meant for rural towns, but the service jobs where people need stuff are slowly going down. And Gene Hardy says that unless we abandon growth of scalability as metrics of success in social technologies, we will never be able to we'll never be able to appropriately design for rural places. He's talking about technology and how the technology that we use today is mainly used for people who live in big cities and not many technologies used for rural America, and that we need to find that balance between what big cities need and what rural America needs.
All right, last but not least, we have lack of public transportation in rural areas, which creates geographic challenges, which also have social isolations and health and safety. What these means is geographic challenge includes essential service like shopping, go to school, and doctor appointments. And social isolation is people might want to go to like activities for communities, but they couldn't go for it because they have transportation issues. Also, due to road conditions, it will consider safety and due to the weathers. So according to this from 2019, proven that rural residents often need to travel long distance to access essential services such as shopping, medical care, and education. Also, proven that from the absence of reliable public transportation not only limit access to these services, but also contribute to social isolation, particularly among vulnerable populations such as the elderly and disabled, from Myers and Stanley from 2024. Which means elderlies like our grandparents, sometimes they're up in age, driving can be really dangerous for them. Also for disabled people, they can't really drive, so they have isolation issues. Also, they all go back to the geographic challenges for essential services.
Before we go to the conclusion, also with the lack of public transportation, it's not like even there's just, in a lot of rural areas, there's just no reliable public transportation. Like, there's no reliable bus, there's no reliable, you can't just really Uber or Lyft your way through a town, and there's not really any taxis because those are more urban. So the public transportation system in rural areas just basically doesn't exist.
Yep, that's a great point. Let's go on down to the next. There we go. So for today's conclusion, we believe all these issues are matters in all these rural towns because it impact the quality of life, economic stabilities, and opportunity for rural residents. Addressing these issues can lead to stronger, more resilient communities where everyone has the chance to thrive and access essential services regarding of their background, education, and location to urban areas. And thank you all for your time and have a great day. Okay, let me